of weeks ago I did a video about heavy metals and the link with yeast infections, and while the causes of yeast problems of course can be many, today I wanted to look at another sometimes undiagnosed cause of yeast problems, and that is hypothyroidism or low thyroid function. Now let's explore this connection in today's short video to see if this hormone imbalance might be what is making it really difficult for your dog to recover from yeast. And we'll also look at some ways to combat this naturally, so stay tuned to learn more. Hi there, it's Lyndall Pinchen, Canine Naturopath from Canine Vitality. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Happy healthy dogs. I appreciate you being here. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by, guys. Feel free to subscribe. I put weekly videos out to help dog owners. Welcome back if you're a regular. I appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed today's short video. Now, we learned recently about the link between heavy metals and yeast infections, and if you did miss this video, I'll pop the link for that below in the description box. Now, heavy metals can often be an undiagnosed cause of recurring or chronic yeast patterns, but so can the health of your dog's thyroid. Now, last week we looked at some foods that can really help keep the thyroid gland healthy. But if your dog has already been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which I can't say, this can have a negative effect on many body organs and can make it really difficult for your dog to get on top of recurring yeast problems. Why does this happen then? Now, yeasts live normally in the gut, in the ears, and on the skin of your dog and don't cause any problem until something disrupts the immune system. Now, while an overactive thyroid is pretty uncommon in dogs, an underactive thyroid gland is far more prevalent, and hypothyroidism is one of the most common hormone imbalances our dogs face. Now, did you know also that around 90% of all hypothyroid cases in dogs are caused by autoimmunity? Now, while any dog can develop low thyroid function, some breeds such as Labradors, Great Danes, Cocker Spaniels, Boxers and Golden Retrievers do seem to be more susceptible. Now, the problem with this thyroid issue is that changes can be subtle and you may not notice them until there's a bigger issue. Little niggly signs and symptoms you might notice include some weight gain despite no change to the amount of food or type of food you're feeding, lethargy, low tolerance to exercise and the cold, a thinning dry coat and skin along with hair that doesn't regrow after being shaved, darker skin pigmentation, constipation, and also a tendency to develop these yeast as well as bacterial infections that can be hard to get rid of. Now, as I said before, did you know about 90% of these being caused by autoimmune disease? And I talk a lot about autoimmune disease on my channel. Now, autoimmune thyroiditis is certainly becoming more common in dogs. So not only is the immune system out of balance here and the thyroid being damaged, but in most cases, this immune imbalance is leading to this, allowing these infections like yeast to take hold. So let's take a closer look at this. Now, the thyroid function plays a crucial role in regulating your dog's immune system. Hypothyroidism, where the thyroid gland doesn't produce enough thyroid hormone, can weaken the immune response, making our pets more susceptible to infection, including yeast problems. Now, in addition, the thyroid hormones can influence the overall hormonal balance in your dog's body. Fluctuations in any hormone, such as estrogen, can predispose your dog to a yeast overgrowth, and low thyroid function can disrupt the normal hormonal balance in general. Now, even for female dogs that have been desexed, there are still small amounts of estrogen that are floating around in the body and are prone to fluctuation from stress, thyroid, and other factors. Now, we also know that the thyroid hormones control the overall metabolism, including how your dog's body processes sugar. Now, if blood sugar levels are not balanced, this can contribute to yeast overgrowth. Thyroid disorders, especially hypothyroidism, can affect how well the blood sugar regulates, potentially impacting susceptibility to those yeast problems. And this is especially the case for those dogs that are fed a processed foods diet or are eating grains and or sugary treats. Now, while feeding processed foods is definitely a no-no for yeast problems due to their high sugar and starch content, They also impact the blood sugar levels too. And finally, if your dog has been put on medications like steroids for their thyroid condition, as is usually the case with autoimmune driven thyroiditis, these meds can make a weakening in the immune system, which can then lead to the development of any infection, but especially yeasts due to this weakening effect. So you can see that the health of the thyroid is really one of the key factors in keeping yeast at bay, and of course has a direct link with your dog's immune system. So what can we do about this? Well, of course, firstly, if your dog has been suffering from chronic yeast for a long time and you've not been able to really get on top of it naturally or conventionally, having your dog's thyroid level checked may be helpful. Now, getting a definitive diagnosis for the thyroid can be difficult due to these constant fluctuating hormones in the body on a daily basis, but levels of T4, T3, free T4, thyroid stimulating hormone and thyroid antibodies should be considered when testing. Of course, you need to discuss this with your vet. Now, one of the most comprehensive thyroid tests available is what's called the Thyroid Profile 5, created by Jean Dodds, who's a holistic vet. You can learn more about this at hemopet.org. Now, if hypothyroidism is diagnosed from testing, your vet may want to put your dog onto thyroid hormone, but as the great majority of dogs diagnosed with low thyroid function are dealing with autoimmunity, we do need to look at this as an underlying cause. Now, there are 4 main points when it comes to treating and reversing autoimmunity naturally, and these include healing your dog's gut, reducing the inflammatory pattern, helping to repair damaged tissue, and in this case, of course, the thyroid, and finally, regulation of the immune system. Now, while I can't go into all of these in today's short video, you can learn more about these in other videos I have on my channel. Now, essentially, we want to start to help rebalance the immune system, which in turn can help reverse the thyroid damage over time. Now, for some dogs, of course, thyroid medication may be necessary. So as I said, you do need to talk about this with your vet. But unless we treat this underlying autoimmune pattern, it will never really help reverse the problem. And remember from last week's video, we said that the thyroid needs those 4 important nutrients of iodine, selenium, iron, and zinc. Please remember too that if your dog is dealing with yeast, you have to continue to treat this too until the thyroid starts to rebalance. Hello, Poppy. And if your dog is suffering from yeast or thyroid problems, feel free to reach out to me. All my details are below, and you can email me in regards to booking in a consultation. Well guys, I hope you found this short video helpful in some way. Please comment below if you are enjoying the videos, or if there's something that you would like me to make a video about. Also, I'd love to hear your experience about your dog if they're suffering from some sort of thyroid and or yeast problems. And if you did enjoy today's video, guys, please do give it a like. It's just a little thing, takes a second of your time, but it does help get the videos out onto YouTube, as does sharing it. We do want to try and get more content out there to try and help more dog owners. Guys, I hope wherever you are in the world, you're having a good day. It's a nice sunny day here today, but we are starting to get some cooler weather now as we head further into autumn here. Anyway, I'll catch up with you in another video next week, so stay tuned. Until then, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.